Welcome, everyone. I'm Mike Roberts, founder and CEO of both SpyFu and RivalFlow, and I'm here today with one of my favorite developers, Will Jackson. Welcome, Will. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mike. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Will and I were just at Brighton SEO, and Will was working the trade show floor. And one of the things that we brought with us was a tool, like a hacked together Chrome extension that Will built. The problem we were trying to solve with this Chrome extension was everyone can kind of show this up and to the right,
Cherry
chart,
pick.
right?
Yeah.
But, and we have a bunch of those. We had a slideshow of it, but the question is, is this real? Are we cherry picking? And this one in particular is actually just SpyFu. These are the results that we got. This is what inspired us to create RivalFlow as we tried this process and it worked. And so we we're like, holy crap, this thing works really well. Let's build it. But the problem isn't talking to customers and explaining like how RivalFlow works, because it actually works in a pretty straightforward way. The question is, are they going to actually see these results? So what we wanted to do is be able to show them anonymized customer results. We're going to be able to show them real customer results ultimately, but you kind of can't just like show your customer results if you're also showing the customer's information, right? So we built this tool, you built this tool specifically that allows us to blur out this kind of core stuff. So you gave these demos. What was the trick we used?
The birthday trick.
Yeah. So let's try out the birthday trick. Amanda is on the line. Amanda, hop on here and tell us your kid's birthday.
Okay, let's do June 19th.
June 19th. So we're going to scroll to June 19th. This is what we would do on the trade show floor, right? Scroll to June 19th. A lot of customers. This is basically all the customers that have signed up. There we go. So we're going to grab June 19th. See this, bam. This is like a real customer account, right? And then we would go in and we would show all of those results. And you can see that everything's blurred out, right? I can go as deep as I want into this customer's results. And, it's kind of a powerful moment, right? Well,
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually ended up with people like asking us like, how are you doing this? And, we show them the extension or whatever. And they were like, oh my God, like I want to do that.
yeah, like with
that
their
was
clients, right? Honestly, if we hadn't gone to the trade show and been demoing it for these customers, people wouldn't have asked us for the code. So people like asked you and me for like the source code. And we're like, yeah, sure. Maybe the source code
Yeah.
so that you can show it to your customers. But then, we were like, well, why don't we just make it for them? What customers were saying to us was like, hey, I've got this other product where I've got my customer results in it. They're like an agency. And I want to show my prospective clients my Google Search Console, not just Google Search Console, but it could be GA, or people could use it for RivalFlow themselves. But every marketing tool that there is where there's results that you can show on behalf of a client, we wanted to make it so that was possible. And so you went home immediately, right?
Yeah.
And like the next day, you're like, hey, I got this thing so that it can be customized for literally anything. So that's the real purpose of this conversation, is for you to show me, to show the world how they can use this to like get themselves more clients, and anybody can just download it and use it for free. So yeah, do you want to jump into that and like show us how the customization stuff works?
Yeah. What site should we do if we want to do something that's like,
Well, I know the customers asked for the Google Search Consoles. I can actually load that up real quick and we can show how that is. But then what we do is like build it for somebody, like build it for them live. So you can show how they could use the same thing to customize theirs.
absolutely.
Will already shared with me a version and I've kind of messed around with it, but we haven't fully tested whether or not this thing works on everybody's, various account types. So the way that I'd need to do this, I just import it. I find it right here. This is my GSC config. I open it up and then I can turn it on and start blurring out Google Search Console, right? So you guys know that this is SpyFu, right? And if I browse around in here, it works just like it blurs all the important stuff out. Now, I don't know if every page works. Clearly doesn't. Oh, wait, maybe it does. Maybe it works better than we anticipate, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I expect some things to not be blurred somewhere. But
yeah. So I'm going to turn it over to Will. And what we're going to do is build this thing as it is from scratch. And so that way you can see how you could build one yourself. It's actually pretty straightforward. He's made it kind of like WYSIWYG, meaning you can just select things. You'll see how it works. It's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Let's walk you through real quickly how this thing actually works. We need two things. We need the URL, like basically like what page is this going to, what page kind of like type, or like what does a page begin with in order for us to apply these rules. So when I have these rules for this Google Search Console rule set, it applies a certain CSS selector to a certain page and then does a thing to that, which is either, in this case, we have blur and we have remove. So technically we could make some things get removed if we wanted to, rather than having them blur out. Those are the things that we've made. So what I'm going to do now is basically make this blurring capability that we have happen from scratch. And the way that I'm going to do this seems terrifying, but I'm just going to boom, clear all configurations. And then everything is now gone. And you can see here we are, a naked screen and an empty thing. So we'll walk me through this.
There's one trick to make it so that you can easily get the CSS selectors plopped in. And that's going to be to right click on the pop-up itself and click
Right here.
inspect. Yeah.
And hit
then click
inspect. Okay.
And what that does is it just opens up like a developer console window off to the side.
Yeah, it came
And
up over here.
yeah. And what that's going to do is now you can right click anywhere on this page.
So I can right click like right here.
Yeah. And there's an option that says select similar elements if you look in your context menu.
Right here.
Yep. You can click on that. And now you click on something else on the page.
First, I right click, select some elements. Then my next click is going to actually grab this thing. And there we have, that got me the button.
That's probably the search button there. So you can apply that and just see what happens. You can always remove one.
Search button, the search button blurred. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll get the hang of this. So
what
element?
Yeah. And you might want to get like on the right-hand side of this big
this side
search box. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, you want to be like inside, but maybe not trigger the input there.
Maybe there.
Yeah, let's try it.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
See? Okay. All right. So there's a little bit of guess and check here, right? So I'm going to see if I can make other things work. I'm going to go over to the search results, and then I'll see if I can make this stuff work without you. Okay. So here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to do I need to right click again and do inspect, or can I just do
just similar elements? Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then I'm going to try to click probably, oh, see, I don't want to get those. So I don't want to get the whole row. So I'm going to try clicking here. Well, that took me in. That like navigated, but maybe the navigation is, is okay. Let's see what happened. Nothing good happened. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of that one, which was,
should be the very last one. Yeah.
Which is this one. I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to click on the left side instead of the right side. So I'm going to right click, I'm going to right click and select similar element. And then I'm going to go to the edge right here. Took me someplace that I don't want to go, but it maybe did what I wanted to do.
Yeah, you can try that. Hit save. Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
Hey, Yahtzee, right?
Notice the search bar is unblurred now.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason that is, when we created the rule, I have like a convenience thing where I put in your current URL, but that's an element that's across multiple URLs. Right. So what you would want to do is you want to find that rule. I think
it's this one.
Yeah. So if you click edit, it's going to scroll you back up to the top. Yeah. And you just want to move that down to just Search Console. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
And now it works. Right. Yeah. Cool. And it looks like maybe I could actually remove these extra ones, right? Not that that's like totally necessary, but let's do it. Maybe. Yeah. So then this stuff actually happens on all pages that begin with performance. And maybe we even want it. So right now it's on search analytics only. So I want to edit this and make it so that it actually is everything related to performance, right? Because that thing works. Yeah. Right.
And something that we can try out too is it depends
where
Yeah. What we could try is we could go to one of those other pages that has a table and try to remove that like search analytics or the performance part, and then just
Look what I just did, Will. Look what I just did.
oh,
I made it work.
nice.
I was always clicking like directly on the element, but what you really want to do is click kind of to the side. It's generally either the far left or the far right of the element. Like, you know, you can see here, you got this rounded edge, but remember here, I just blurred out this navigation area. We want to make sure that we go back in there and edit that and make sure that works pretty much all on all of Search Console, because
Correct.
I'm getting good at this, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on this spot, like on the right of it, you know?
Yeah.
And then, let's see, it captures that and it still navigates. So I want to save it there. What's up now? What's up now?
I try to make it easy to use, but obviously
Dude.
every web page is like kind of weird, right?
It actually is easier to use, and I'm really glad that we did it this way. So this is always an experiment, right? So we just right click. Select
On this one, you
element.
might be able to click like on the text. It might work.
Yeah, let's see. There, look at that. We're getting it.
Yeah.
So what we can do right now is export this. And I can share this with anybody, right? Like it's just a JSON file. All you have, and then you would just import it right here.
The nice thing about the JSON files is you might have somebody on your team that's like pretty tech savvy and can like blur your products really quickly. And maybe that's not who you are as a person, but you're going to be making content. And so what they can do is they can do it on their machine, export the settings, and then like have a copy that's shared across the whole team. Anybody that's like making content or wanting to do presentations or demos just imports it, and then you're ready to go. Without having to
That's
really
totally the
do
key, right? Like it's designed for these people that are creating content. We put this in the hands of Amanda and Patrick and Cedra, and everybody here can use this to blur stuff out. And that was kind of the purpose of it, so that we could share customer results. But now you can do the same thing with any site, and you can make video, right? One sort of like downside or potential gotcha on this is like when I mouse over this thing, let's say I'm in here. I'm sorry, let's say I'm in here. So everything's nicely covered up, right? But like sometimes you'll be able to see the links, you know? Sometimes you'll be able to see the link, and you can see how you can see it down in my lower left-hand corner. When I mouse over something, that link shows up. Just little tiny things like that. Another thing that might show up is when I hit the back button sometimes. So anyway, I'm not recommending that you actually do a live stream of your customer results. We actually pre-record it where we can make sure that we didn't make some kind of live blunder. So Will, I think that it's like a really important thing that you point out about like marketers being able to use this basically, even if like this isn't all clicking for you about exactly how, you know, these CSS selectors work, just throw it over to like a dev and they'll be able to whip it together for you. One more thing that I wanted to like reach out, you know, like let you guys know is like, if you guys are interested in any particular tool, I think we can leverage Will or me. We can put some things together for you guys. If you guys really want like GA4, I'm sure we can put together GA4. You know, we use VWO for some conversion rate optimization stuff. Like, just let us know the tools that you use. So let us know.
One of the things that I love about being a developer is just like making cool stuff for people. So I'd be super happy to help out with any of that.
Seriously, it's the reason that we like wake up in the morning. Thanks so much, Will, for coming in and being here and sharing your amazing skills and talents with everyone.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mike. It's been great.
All right, have a good one. You guys, thanks. Later.